おはようございます。Good morning and aloha. How are you today? Today is October 10th, Sunday. How are you doing? As you see, I'm still at the Jodo mission. I try to finish moving, to Wafu, but wow, I'm still taking time to prepare moving. Now I found many letters of the our old members, especially who are now deceased. And as I encounter, every time I encounter letters, of the deceased, I cannot throw away, It's kind of attachment. I have a very strong attachment, to our members and friends over here. So every time I encounter letters that, because I don't want to forget, if I leave it, I probably, had to still remember, but, but I don't want to make sure, don't want to forget, so that I keep. And then another thing that I encounter is now I see bank statement for 21 years because I stayed over here 21 years. I should have, throw away sometimes, because we require to keep that kind of, bank statement or, tax return and also bills, invoice of the credit card, and that kind of stuff for, wow, 21 years. I should have, thrown away from time to time, but now I kept it, and then I'm now having hard time taking time to shred the documents. And then, but because, wow, it could, so many days, and then I actually now using to dump and then put in the water, and then put in the soaking. And then I hope it could work, but I don't know, I'm not sure. But now that kind of things I'm doing. To move furniture is actually easy. And then to move myself is actually easy, but to move memory and to move something is actually very, very difficult. But, sooner or later, we have to leave everything here, going to the Pure Land. So if we think this way, we should not have attachment. The attachment, because I have so much attachment, so it's kind of hard to move. So I should, release my attachment. That's true. But as a whole, as a temple, the function of temple, it is very important to keep all the record as much as possible to the next generation. So believing that, next one is coming. And in the future, the old record might be good source, to rebuild the future, to rebuilding the future. So that kind of thing that we need to believe. And indeed, not like, individual house, temple has large facility and place. I think it is my understanding that the temple should keep all record. Even though individual house, houses, they don't need things. But because we have space, we should keep, all record for the future. And sometimes, indeed, by looking back the history, there is so much to learn for the future. So it is kind of even newsletter, bulletins, the past message could inspire the future. So that I actually experiencing. And as I look back, all the history and all the newsletters and letters and documents, the minutes. Every time I take a look at the old records, every time there is so much to learn. So in this sense, I feel this is my important mission to keep the old record for the future. So that is my hope. So I'm actually dividing, but I should remember that I cannot bring everything. I cannot bring anything to the Pure Land. Sooner or later, we need to say goodbye. So that is actually my contradiction. Anyway, today's Words of Honen Shonin is about one of the threefold devotional hearts called Sanjin, three hearts. It's profound heart or deep heart or mind. So this is actually the profound heart is one of the three devotional hearts. And what is profound is actually not clear. What is profound, what is deep is very not clear. So Master Shandao understand what is deep, and he add word to believe, profoundly, to believe deeply, That is what the profound heart means or indicates. So profound heart itself, can very, ambiguity. It's not clear, but by adding the word, by specifying, the word profound heart, then we understand what profound heart means. Profound heart means, according to Master, to believe deeply. And Master Shadao, in this Goho, Words of Honen Shonin, there are two things that we should believe. First, we should believe in ourselves, and it's called Shinki, our disposition, our characteristic, our karma, ourselves, to believe in that deeply. And second thing is Shinpo, is to believe the essential vow of Amida Buddha, to believe in Amida Buddha. So there are two things that we should believe in. And one thing is we should believe ourselves, and then we should rely upon the essential vow of Amida Buddha. So that is very important for Jodo Buddhism. Then Master Shandao actually encourages us, or giving teaching that first thing is not to believe in the essential of Amida Buddha, but first thing is ourselves. We should realize our karmically evil being, our foolish being. And this realization is very important and very basic. As compared to Amida, who is perfect being, we are all imperfect being. We are all foolish being. And because we are foolish being, we can allow people, we can be tolerant to the people, and we can be compassionate to other people because of our realization of imperfect being. And at the same time, because we are so foolish being, imperfect being, that we can help each other. So that is the very basic understanding of our Jodo Buddhism. And then to believe in the essential vow of Amida Buddha. Then Master Shandao explained that if you believe in essential vow, and without thinking, without realizing our nature, ourselves, then sooner or later, you will doubt the essential vow of Amida Buddha because of you don't have any roots, the roots that we are foolish being, that then we can realize that to rely on Amida Buddha is the only thing that we can be safe in the future. Right? So without ourselves believing ourselves, then asking Buddha, then eventually sooner or later we will have doubt. We will have doubt. So that is the actually no good. So the order, shinki, to believe yourself is the first thing. Then you should rely upon Amida Buddha, the essential vow or original vow of Amida Buddha. So let me read today's words of Honen Shonin. Day 10. The profound heart. According to Master Shandao, first, we must believe that we are karmically evil mortals. Second, we must believe in the essential vow of Buddha Amitabha. This is because if only belief in the essential vow without premises that we are karmically evil mortals is taught, many people who desire birth in the Pure Land will become perplexed and doubtful. Although people recite the name of Buddha Amitabha as taught in the essential vow, if they reflect on their unwholesome passions of greed and anger, and on the commitment of the 10 transgressions or the violations of Buddha precepts, they would become self-denigrating and begin to doubt the teaching of the essential vow. They would logically conclude that even though the essential vow taught that birth in the Pure Land would be possible through 10 recitations or just single utterance of Nembutsu, this Nembutsu teaching is not meant for common people. Foreseeing the misconceptions of the people in the future, Master Shandao preached the above dual beliefs. He also clarified the premise that we are karmically evil mortals burdened by weighty unwholesome passions. However, if we believe implicitly in the essential vow of Buddha Amitabha and recite Nembutsu just once, Ojo, with certainty assured, I Honen believe that this teaching of Master Shandao is truly noble. I aspire for my body to be as pure as an incense burner. I aspire for my mind to be like the light of wisdom. With every thought, I burn this incense of discipline and meditation. to dedicate myself to the past, present, and the future Buddhas of the 10 directions. The 10 directions. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Dharma, the teachings which eternally exist in the lands of the 10 directions. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Sangha, the community which eternally exists in the lands of the 10 directions. We reverently call upon Shakyamuni Tathagata, the enlightened one, to enter this sacred place. We reverently call upon the Tathagatas of the 10 directions to enter this sacred place. Nashaku shozo shoaku mo from my inherent greed, anger, and division. Born of my conduct, words, and thoughts, I now repent them all. 10年。ナムアミナムナムアミナムナムアミナムナムアミナムナムアミナムナムアミナムナムアミナムアミダナムアミダブチュナムアミダブ教下ページ17無常人人未妙法The past profound and wondrous Dharma, even after 100,000 million eons, is difficult to encounter. We now hear, receive, and uphold it. May we understand the true message of the Tathagata. Page 33. The verse in praise of the Buddha. Tanbutsuju. The Buddha's luminous face is majestic, and his sublime powers unsurpassed. To such radiant splendor, nothing compares. The sun, moon, and precious jewels that shine so luminously. all become obscure and dark like black ink. The Tathagata's appearance transcends this world and is beyond compare. Your great voice of perfect enlightenment resounds in the 10 directions. Your conduct, learning, diligence, concentration, wisdom, and majestic virtues are unparalleled. They are extraordinary and wondrous. In profound clarity and virtuous mindfulness on the oceans of teaching of all the Buddhas, you have mastered their depths and exhausted their secrets to the end. Ignorance, greed, and anger, the world honored one, is forever without. Among humans, you have the valor of a lion. Your sublime virtues are infinite. Your accomplishments are vast, and your wisdom profound and wondrous. Your radiant light, with its majestic quality, shakes the great thousandfold world. I vow to become a Buddha equal to you, sacred Dhamma King. Transcending birth and death, I will lead all to emancipation. In generosity, resolve, adherence to precepts and diligence, as well as in meditation and wisdom, I shall be supreme. I resolve to become a Buddha to carry out this vow. To all who are afraid and fear, I will bring them great peace. Even if there are Buddhas, hundreds, thousands, millions, innumerable great sages, as many as the sons of the Ganges, I shall make offerings to them all, to every one of these Buddhas. Nothing will be like my seeking the way, resolute, unfailing. So even if, like the sons of the Ganges, all the Buddha's worlds again consist of uncountable infinite lands, my radiant light shall completely illuminate and pervade through all these lands. Thus, my devotional practices and sublime powers will be impossible to measure. May I become a Buddha whose land is most sublime. May all who are there be wondrous and unique. And may this place of practice be supreme. This land will be like ultimate enlightenment and beyond compare. I will have compassion for all beings and emancipate them all. Those from the 10 directions who come to be born in my land, their minds will be joyful and pure. Having reached my land, they will immediately experience happiness and serenity. May the Buddha believe in me and be my true witness. I vow before you to dedicate my strength in achieving this aspiration. The world-honored ones of the 10 directions, having unimpeded wisdom, may they forever bestow this honor and know my will to practice. Even if my body must undergo all suffering and pain, I will carry out my practice with diligence and endurance to the end, without regret. Page 23, 本税下。弥陀本税願極楽使用文上三等へこ即所無所し。阿弥陀 Buddha's original vows are the essential gate to the ultimate bliss. May this merit be transferred equally to enable us to immediately attain birth in the pure light. 10年。ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブチュナムアミダブ。ページ24、小訳文。光明献上実法世界念仏主上聖主不シャン The infinite light of Amida Buddha illuminates the 10 directions of the world, and all who call upon his name shall be received and never abandoned. ナムアミダEGAM, merit transference for the deceased. Dedicating merit through the chanting of sutra passages and the calling of Amida Buddha's name is an important practice in Jodo. This is a time to offer our prayers to our ancestors and beloved ones, as well as to remember them with gratitude for all they have done for us. May we aspire to live fruitful, peaceful lives while sending our thoughts to those who are not with us in this world. Let us now offer our prayers so that everyone be released from suffering and be born into Amida Buddha's pure land of ultimate bliss. Page 26, So Ekode. 願理し功徳平等性一切同中母ないし往生安楽国 We aspire for these merits and virtues to be equally bestowed upon all, and may we together develop the aspiration for enlightenment to achieve birth in the pure land of peace and bliss. Excuse me. Namu Amida-bu, 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 Namu Amida-bu. ありがとうございました。Thank you very much. Today I have a meeting after this, and please have wonderful and safe Sunday. And thank you, Mahalo.